But yeah, feel free to kind of catch him up to speed, and we'll see where we are when I get back.
It sucks he started recording. For some reason, I really want to talk about the Geneva Convention for some reason, and I'm not sure why. I know exactly why. Talked about this with another person online, but anyway, let's not talk about the Geneva Convention.
So,
oh yeah, you got arrested. Very first thing that happened.
Yeah, like they took your character, they arrested him and took him away.
When?
Right away, like right after you cast Fireball.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like he was like, "Oh, I'm secretly a robot, obviously made by the guy you know of." And then we heard his laughing all throughout the kingdom as a bunch of guards and my best friend, who's slipping my brain right now, come into the throne room. There was like way too many to fight, so you just
stood down.
Yeah, and so you got arrested. That was really quick.
He got arrested, and then we went to go and do essentially a questioning of Artie and Tarnus.
Yeah. Tarnus got questioned first. It was not very insightful. No one got any good answers.
That's good.
Oh, hold on a second.
And then, so I was interrogated. I answered things honestly, but in the way Tarnus does, he gave nothing away at the same time. And then when they were going to question Artie, Tarnus decides to go and be a lawyer, convinces them that I'm going to be his attorney here for a minute. I'm going to go speak to him for a minute in private. Tarnus then makes a deal with Artie.
All right.
So, have you seen at all what Artie may or may not be accused of?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you, Matthew.
Yeah. Sorry.
You don't hear a fortune.
No, I haven't. Can I cut in real quick and ask? So I hit save and it saved it. Where do I already made the character I want? It's really simple.
I just human bard.
I think I'm not sure how it looks on desktop, but on the top of the screen, there should be like 4 little symbols. It's like a shopping cart, a person, a question, and like a file.
Yeah.
And if you saved it, I would think it would be under the Heroes tab. Oh, hey, that's where mine are too. Yeah.
So what do I do? Digital download? Like, what do I need to do to get the file to?
I mean, you can. There's 2 ways we can do this. You can either purchase the digital file and then send the file to me, or you can link it to me. Like you could do it in our group chat on the phone or something like that, and then I could just go buy it and download it and print it.
Okay, I'm not gonna make you buy it for me. I'll buy it. Oh, okay. So I just want the STL download for $7.99.
Yeah, you want the STL so that I can just go ahead and set it on my printer and print it. It's just way cheaper than having them print it.
Yeah, which actually, let me look at those prices. Yeah, $19.99 for plastic. If you want antiqued bronze, it's $100. Oh, that's fucking crazy.
That's the jet I made right there,
bro. Mine. You want to see mine?
Sure.
Actually, I think I can share screen.
Should be able
to. Start sharing.
What?
That's cool.
You see the orb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I had a harp this entire time.
Have I what?
I would have had a harp this entire time.
It's a lyre.
Yeah, it just looks a lot like a harp. That totally is a lyre. You're right.
All right, let me stop sharing. All the secrets are mine.
And this is the Daniel I made. Let me wait for it to focus. There we go.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
see. Yeah.
College football. Okay. Real quick. Sorry. Disable print improvements, separate base, or you may just buy it as is.
Did you say college football?
Just buy it as is.
As is. So add to
yeah.
carts. View cart. Let's do checkout. Then I'll just get the file and like give it to you. 1 second. Payment. Let's do PayPal because I've got money.
I think just.
Now I need to check out. Please already be signed in. Oh my god, it is. I love technology.
until you don't.
Yeah,
until USA loses my secure stuff. It's a good thing I already have.
And we've got
USA.
See if it'll focus.
Save payment and continue.
Hell yeah.
It is not wanting to focus.
Oh god, that's like bright and then nothing. Place order. I'm sure it's going to give me the file after.
Okay, he's just sword. That's an interesting sword.
Order number. 1 minute survey. I'm not doing a survey. Cool. Continue. Oh, I'm guessing it probably emailed me the information.
Probably.
There we go. There's a picture of Tarmus.
Gmail. Hero Forge.
I'm pretty sure we see it every time your camera's off since you made it your Skype profile picture.
Sorta. But yeah, like that's the actual like model I made and printed off and stuff.
Order details, digital orders. Digital will be made available by your digital order page. Okay, so I need to go over here, go back, and go to digital orders, digital credit, digital downloads, processing.
It takes like 15 minutes because like it actually like goes through the process of slicing it and everything.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, I see why that's worth a little bit of money.
It processes a little bit like, and so that by the time it gets to say me, I'm ready to go ahead and just throw it into the program and then put it on my printer.
That's dope. Okay.
It's gonna hit different seeing everyone's miniatures all next to each other, like on a board.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
dun. Total side note, but I recently talked to Alicia, is that her name? Jaden's mom, Alicia, or
Elisa?
Elisa.
It is spelled Alicia, yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I talked to her recently. I don't know if you've been up to date or anything like that, but he seems to be doing all right. He's with I think Hope House right now. And he's working at the Exodus thrift shop.
Dope.
Like, she said he's there usually like Wednesdays and Saturdays or something. But yeah, he seems to be doing well. So
I'm glad he's doing all right.
Yeah, he doesn't have a phone right now, but I told her that I'd stop by sometime to say hey to him and stuff. So yeah, that was nice to hear because he kind of just disappeared there. So it's nice to have some type of info.
Yeah, that is good. I haven't talked to her in a bit about it, but
right.
I was letting him do his thing, you know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we needed to finish catching you up before we got rolling here. So I made a deal. Tarnis made a deal with Artie. Artie was officially accused of murdering his wife and child. Well, Tarnis brought his wife back to life. And it's like, well, no, the people he's accused of murdering aren't dead. You got nothing to take him on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, I was just like, I walked in there just like, so did you kill her? And then freaking this man over here was just like, how could he have killed her if she's standing right there? And then she just walks through the door with like 2 demons or something. I would have been.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what those things are, but I'm just like, what? What have you done?
I love it. That's very us.
And then his best friend,
Yes.
Daniel's best friend, stabbed her in the neck.
Yeah. Skip a little bit in the middle there. So I had a long conversation with Artie. Somehow I ended up with the Eye of Tyr, the magical item that's what's his name's been using to figure out if we're telling the truth or not, and how he figured out everything about us. It's basically a magical "Who are you?" thing.
Oh.
I
Interesting.
finally learned anything about this case I got sent to work on, except who and what. Like I knew who he was and what he was accused of. That's it. And I learned. I was talking to my friend about it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the biggest suspect here is the king. I don't know why he would kill his daughter, but. And then I was just like, he was just like, it's the king. You can't argue with him. I said something akin to, yeah, but when a king's evil, there's really not really much you could do. You can either fight them and become the enemy or join them. And I don't want to join them. And then he looked at me and said, yeah, you're right. And then stabbed her. So I think the king from where I'm from is evil. And is joined with my best friend, who is now probably also evil. And then after that, if you want to tell what after the stab happened.
Yeah. Tarnus, expended some of the rest of what he was able to gain from Artie in their deal to essentially try to save her and have his 2 goons leave with her. And now it's me and Daniel looking at his best friend. That's about where we left.
Oh boy.
Yep. So there's a there's a few wrenches in the gears going on, but the gears are certainly turning.
Interesting as crap. Sorry I missed it.
No,
Oh,
it's okay.
How long did y'all play for?
Not too long.
It was, admittedly, it was not very long because there had been so many sudden changes and sudden improvs that I kind of got to a point where I was like, gentlemen, we need to go ahead and cut this for the night because I want to maintain some integrity with the story, and I need
I got some writing to do.
Right. Yes, I did. Yeah, so and this is, I don't think this is spoiling anything at all, but the whole situation with Artie making a deal with Tarnus in the first place, I didn't mean to do that.
Sounds about right, Doug. Sounds about right.
I had no intention of doing that at any point. And I told Steven later on, I was like, I got too in character.
He was a little too Artie in that moment.
I forgot to be GM, and I was just Artie in that moment. And I was like, why did I do that? I goofed it, and now I have to live with that decision. But you
made one of your PCs a literal demon.
Yeah. Well, that's what I get, right?
Well, devil. Demons are different.
Yeah.
Wow.
I constantly confuse them.
Tiefling, get your facts right. Yeah, racist. Oh gosh.
Hey, paladins paladins might not like a lot of things, but that doesn't mean they're racist.
Well, I'm racist, so I can only see through my own eyes. Oh goodness.
Except those half elves.
Yeah, those dirty half elves. pick a side, you oval-eared freaks. Anyway, well, how's everyone feeling? We ready to get back into this concoction of a campaign?
I'm ready.
Always ready.
Let's put this on pause. Yeah, right.
Excuse me. That was a cough, not a sneeze. All right. So, here we are again. And in starting off this particular session, Jed, you open your eyes. You find yourself in the midst of a dungeon, somewhere deep beneath the palace. Damp air quickly draws beads of sweat from your skin, and the odor of mildew and mineral-rich stone from the walls and floor and thick metal bars around you. The guards which have brought you down here leave the shackles on your wrists. These shackles containing glowing runes and symbols, which you find seem to prevent you from using magic altogether, as they are on you. Pretty compromising position, I do say. You sit in the darkness for a few moments and listen to a reverberating drip, drip, drip from somewhere else within the chamber. Around you in your cell is what seems to be, or at a time was, a bed or a cot. The mattress is thin and bears rips in the fabric. The damages of age and moisture create a thick layer of black and green mold, which climbs down the legs of the bed as well as up the nearby stone wall. Along said walls, there's nearly nothing to say except for a ventilation hole no bigger than a child's fist. It seems to be connected to another nearby cell, but you can't see at this moment who or what may be in the darkness beside you. Towards the back of the cell, a singular hole in the grounds, clearly a place used for defecation, which has confidently never been cleaned or maintained, it would seem. You dare not approach it, as you can already smell the rot of excrement from within. In front of you, the bars are thick and constructed closely together, and connect to some kind of mechanism within the floor and ceiling. You saw the guards take your things to a nearby closet and close your cell gate using a lever, which now sits mockingly inside, just out of reach at about 20 feet out. At this moment, what would you like to do?
I would like to look at the shackles on my hands and see if I can't figure a way to get them off.
Okay.
Hello?
What?
Just somebody texted me. Okay.
Oh. As you're looking at them, the runes that are on it are unfamiliar to you, and they glow a blue and yellow light. If you try to cast any kind of a spell or do anything, it just fizzles out, and you feel the pressure of like almost constipated magic trying to escape your body, but to no avail. An ordinary keyhole is actually what seems to be the ideal tool. You believe that one of the two guards, which is actually just outside your cell at a table near that lever, they're sitting down at the table, or excuse me, not sitting down, they're standing next to the table. No real conversation to be had. They are just standing and looking in your direction, fully silvered out guards in armor. But one of them is the one that locked you up, you do remember. So seemingly he would have the key on his person.
Okay.
While you are in your cell, you do hear from that ventilation hole in the wall, you do hear a shuffling around as if someone or something is in that cell nearby. What do you wish to do regarding all this?
The cell nearby. There's someone in a cell nearby. Nonchalantly kind of make my way over to where I think they're coming from, or like where they are, and be like, anyone there?
So you go up to the ventilation hole.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's about this big.
Yeah, I'd be like, anyone there?
and you just hear like a slight whimper of, it sounds like a child's voice. And this voice stops for a moment and who are you? Can you get me out of here?
I am Jed. Hopefully so, if I can get myself out as well. Who are you?
Jed?
Do I recognize the voice?
Would you say you're like ears to the hole, like you're kind of looking through it? It's pretty dark on the other side, but
like kind of like a game of telephone. Listen, and then when I get a response, I speak. So I'd be listening. So when he said Jed, I would have my ear up.
gotcha. You hear a slight humming of like air moving around on the other side of the wall where the ventilation hole is, and the voice, which was seemed to be back towards the far corner of the cell, is now right up against the hole, which is a little alarming considering the height of it.
So it's like,
And right in your ear, he goes, "Jed, it's me, Peter. Jed."
oh, motherfucker.
What?
Hey,
What is
Peter.
Peter doing here?
How the hell did you get in this situation?
Well, I don't. You're not going to be too happy with me if I tell you.
I'll be happy. Just tell me. It's okay.
Can you make a persuasion check on him? Because he's not loving the idea of telling you the truth behind this matter.
I only got an 11.
An 11. Well, Caesar, he found me, and he said that he could help me with something I needed in exchange for me helping him. And Jed, I'm sorry. He said that if I kept an eye on all of you and reported back to him that he said he'd adopt me.
Oh.
And of course, once you guys got here, he's had me down here ever since. He hasn't even talked to me.
He didn't have any need for you anymore, man. I'm sorry. It's fine. I understand how it goes.
I just thought I could have parents again, you know?
Completely, I understand. Can I insight check that?
Yeah, absolutely.
15.
15.
Here,
And you're good. Oh, you're just checking to see like the sincerity behind
The sincerity when he was like, he's gonna adopt me, and I just wanted a family again. I just want to. Is there can I tell if there's sincerity behind that or not? That's what I'm looking for.
As you're hearing his voice, you've kind of come to identify his voice in particular with annoyance, and just your patience has grown very thin with him in the past. However, in this moment, he sounds so much more like a genuinely heartbroken child than you've ever heard him before. He sounds very sincere.
Okay.
Where are the others?
I don't know. I remember a little, but I was dragged off after attacking the king, well, Caesar.
Jed, if there's anything I can do to help you get out of here, I want you to know I'm happy to help. I'm so sorry I got you into all this, you and your friends, and
You didn't stop. You didn't get us into it. You might have kept an eye on us. That's fine. He was going to figure a way out to get on us anyways. And when it comes to being your fault that I'm here, that's not your fault. I made a decision. And then we all decided to come here for our quest of types. So don't blame yourself. Sincerely, don't blame yourself. I might have had a spat with you in the past, but it's not your fault. As to help, do you know? And then as I'm saying this, I'm gonna also look around if that's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, do you know if there's any like a piece of metal or something that's stiff, like a bone or something that I could? And then I'll get really close to the hole and be like, maybe pick this lock on on these, whatever the hell this is on my hands, these cuffs.
Give me just a second. Let me see what I can find. And you hear him kind of float away for a little bit. While he's doing that, would you like to make an investigation check in your own cell, perhaps?
I sure would.
Awesome, go for it.
I'm sorry. Quick question. How do you hear someone float?
Or like a whoosh.
Yeah, it's like a whoosh.
I mean, yeah, if someone's flying fast, sure.
Ben, if you've ever been around flying children, trust me, you hear them.
Turns out he's projected by farting, so you just hear. It's like it just floats. It's like when it floats this way.
Sounds like the freaking Jetsons.
Oh, that's funny. I got a 20 non-natural.
Okay, awesome. So while he's looking around in his cell, you are looking around the bed area, and although it's pretty caked in mold, the mattress ripped and kind of deteriorating, you're able to find a metal bed spring inside of it. It's pretty taut still, however, it is rusted pretty significantly. You also, as you're headed back to the ventilation area, you reluctantly peer down into the disgusting hole in the ground. The smell wafting up at you of God knows how many years of fecal matter and excrement of all sorts. In doing so, you can't help but wonder if there could be something useful down in that darkness, just about an arm's reach within. Do you dare to investigate the poopy hole?
In Jed's head, he goes, "Last resort, last resort." And
Do it.
I'll walk back to the hole and be like, "Keep looking. I think I might have found something." And if I take this spring, can I get an end of it off to where I can have like a singular something to maybe pick a lock with?
Give me a strength check to try to snap it.
Oh God, is this going to be a straight roll? Yeah, it is. Well, it's a good thing I got a 19, baby.
Ooh.
Mr. Big Man over here.
That means my next roll is going to be like a 1.
Right.
The rusty spring, you put it just between your thumbs, and although it's hard to maneuver your wrists, you manage to snap just the littlest little pin slightly curved off of it. However, it seems to be just enough to attempt such a maneuver. So definitely a good roll there. Peter comes back to the hole. He goes, here's what I found. And you hear a clink as something drops to the floor on your side. And it seems that he found some kind of a small jawbone of some kind, possibly from an animal or maybe a humanoid creature of some kind. It's missing a few teeth, but the canines on it are still intact. That's
from
kind
a
of
dog. I
fun
see.
so far.
Okay. I'll take both.
Okay.
And with my hands like this, obviously it won't be easy, but I will put one piece in, and then I will try to pick the lock with the other.
Okay.
I guess that's a sleight of hand.
Yes.
I love expertise. That is an 11 plus an 11. So a 22.
Wow. Holy crap, dude.
I love expertise.
You have a plus 11 for your sleight of hand?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Like that's why when you guys are like, do a nature check for me, I'm like 4 because it's like a plus
Right.
1 or a 2, and then it's like, what's your strength? It's like 0.
Oh, you're a bard. Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot.
and then it comes to sleight of hand. My dex is like maxed, and it's like that plus expertise, so it's 11.
I can do a lot of similar things when it comes to persuasion and
Exactly.
intimidation checks, so
I'm good
I
at
get it.
fighting.
The glowing rune sigiled cuffs unlatch from Jed's hands.
Uh-oh.
I'll turn my back when this happens. I'm gonna turn my back from the guys and be like, "Oh, this kind of hurts. Ow!" And I'll make not a big fuss about it. Be like, "These are tight." Oh,
Hope they're not compassionate and come to loosen them.
Jed, were you able to get them? I heard something.
yes. What do I feel as they come off?
You feel a kind of a release, and you're able to, like something, kind of a flow within you has been reconnected as you feel your power kind of returning to you
Okay.
once again.
Your constipation has ended.
Right. Yeah.
I run to the hole.
Jed starts floating.
I go, Peter, I can fly. He can fly. He can fly.
He can fly. He can fly.
Only it's. We're children.
I can't believe pixie dust is just laxatives.
Right. It's just X-Lax. That's all it is. Yeah, kid, chug some of this. You'll be flying in no time. Yes, but the cuffs are now off of you. The guards have not seemed to be responsive to any sounds that may have been made so far. However, now your next task would be to get out of the bars, past the guards, and furthermore, the decision to make of what to do with Peter.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the hole, like still be at the hole, and I'm gonna lean like against it, facing away from the guards, and I'm gonna be like, Peter, what do you see in your cell? And then I'll describe, before he tells me, I'm gonna describe my cell and be like, is it similar? What are the differences?
Well, there's a bed in here, and it's a really stinky hole in here in the ground. But there's not another ventilation hole on the other side, so I think this might be the last cell on this side. That's really it. I don't see anything else. I got the jawbone on the wall close to the hole, but I don't really want to look in there, to be honest.
I understand. All right, we're gonna figure this out. First of all, can you cause a ruckus and maybe get the guards to come to you?
I'm really good at ruckuses. Yeah.
I love this chaos, boy. Yes. Doug was like, I'm gonna make him like Pete. He's like, I'm gonna do this, and he's gonna have to work with him.
Make you tolerate him at least, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, you hear Peter once again, kind of hover away from the hole, or from the ventilation hole, I should say, and he begins to bang on the bars just ridiculously and just go, let me out, I want to go home. Ah! And he's just screaming, and like you can tell it's fake, like it's fake screaming, but it's annoying nonetheless. It's very obnoxious.
Child temper tantrum.
Yes. Yes. So, the two guards turn their heads and begin to. What is the cause of this sound? What is the cause of this sound?
So they've walked out of view, right? Like they've moved away.
Yes, they are nearby. I would say if you go to the edge of your cell, you can see the like side of one of them, but they are directly in front of Peter's cell right now.
Okay, I'm going to cast Unseen Servant. Thank you so much, Tarnus. So I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and place him where I saw the lever at. I think that's what we saw, and get him to release the lever for me.
Right. Is there any kind of range to that at all? I mean, he's an unseen servant, so it's
60 feet. 60 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So, tell me what that looks like visually, Jed, just because I like visuals.
So, as they walk away, what if an onlooker was looking, you would see Jed, like he's turned around, he's listening, like kind of like this, like with his head turned a little bit, and as soon as he kind of peeks around, sees they're gone, he rolls his shoulders, casts his arms out, turns on a heel, turns around, and his eyes flash green for a second. And I could probably see the unseen servant, you know what I mean? Like I know what he looks like, and he would look at me, and I would nod my head, and he would pull the lever.
And at that moment, both the cells lift up. The guards immediately draw their weapons. Stay in your cells. One stands in front of Peter. The other turns to start approaching you. Would you like to roll initiative at this time?
Yes. Give me 1 minute. My game is having a heart attack. Okay.
You're fine.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 20, non-natural.
Nice.
He's on
Ben,
a roll.
I'm buffed. I'm buffed as crap. I probably should have nerfed myself more, but I didn't.
Oh, this is good.
I'm buffed as crap. I could read you my stats and your jaw would drop. But this was everything I have right here is all been signed off by Doug. So that's all I have to say.
Listen, like I said, Doug made him a
This
demon.
is true.
I believe anything that you said Doug would do.
I'm like the most buffed out freaking bard you could possibly think of, but not like buff. Like I've a strength of, I think that was my lowest score was 10.
Yeah.
Listen,
But I rolled for all of it. I think you were there, Ben, when I rolled. No, you weren't.
Yeah. No, you said you told me you didn't send me the
I
pictures,
told you
think?
it was the best rolls of my
Yeah.
life. The best rolls of my life.
Yeah, that was,
I mean, I was like, I'll take it.
let me tell you something.
Right.
This sanctuary stone Doug gave me, there's a specific line of text that I've been ignoring this entire time of me using it. It is absurdly stupid how powerful this thing is.
Oh yeah.
You'll see soon.
Oh. Okay. So I got a non-natural 20 for that. Do you want to skip over to them now?
Sure. I mean, you got the highest initiative, so I mean, you have the first action.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I just didn't want to take the whole first start of the session.
Oh, you mean skip over to them?
Yeah,
to
like
us.
go to them. Like
We
I don't want to play the
Sir,
whole
we have an
time.
entire short session. I'm entirely okay with sticking with you until you.
Yeah, I mean,
It can go either way comfortably for me. So I mean, whatever feels good to you guys. But we can certainly go catch up with them and see where they're at, and then come back to you.
Okay. I'm first going to call out to Peter and be like, trust me. Don't worry. And then I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Which would look, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say, Peter, don't worry. I will be back. Do not fret. And I would literally like touch my chest and go, gone.
Okay. Okay. And he's like, he's just flying to evade things right now because they're just swinging at him.
So he's not in, are they in the cell with him right now?
No, they're right at the entrance of it. They haven't moved only because they can't pinpoint him at this moment.
I'm going to close the cells so they'll stop attacking him. I don't want them to attack him anymore.
Okay. All right. So you go up to the lever and you're just going to pull it again.
Yeah, just close it back. I don't want him to attack him anymore. I got a plan on how to get him out of here.
Okay. So you pull the lever and Jed, did you mean to do that? Jed?
And then
Jed?
I'm going to that's my turn, right? Like we want to go by turns.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll end my turn right there and then proceed from there later.
Okay. I will say at this time the guards immediately they assess the situation. They see the cell closed, they see the other cell closed, and begin to look around at each other, but it would appear that they seem like the threat has been neutralized as the cells have been resealed. They look around, see no other opponents worth fighting, resheath their swords, and return exactly to the table facing both the cells again.
Get Oblivion NPCs.
Must have been the wind.
Right.
You like the sight of your own blood? That's falling.
Someone take your sweet roll.
You violated the law.
Stop.
Why won't you
die?
Hi.
Oh, that's funny.
So, if you don't mind, do we want to hop to them real quick?
Yeah, that's good because I'm out
Oh,
of
that was just a
initiative.
suggestion, yeah.
Yeah. So, for
I'm
Daniel,
gonna do that. I accidentally turned off my camera by slamming my keyboard. Don't worry about it. I don't know why I did that. Don't worry. Anyway, yes.
for Daniel, Tarnis, Artie, Nick, Martha, and Lily. We return back to Martha's room / holding cell, I guess you could say. Past the flower portrait door, a small pool of blood is fresh on the carpeted floor. Lily stands to her feet, her hands around her freshly healed throat, and she screams in terror and disbelief of the walking nightmare she's found herself in. Artie strains against the chains to which he's bound, and his eyes are a bright and piercing yellow as embers in a fire. And he just says, "I will rip you to fucking pieces!" at Nick. And he is red in the face. Oh yeah, I missed some more dialogue, but that's okay.
Okay.
Nick looks to Tarnis in response to the impossible act that you just did, bringing Lily back, not just for the first, but now the second time. And he says, "I'm not sure what kind of game you think I'm playing, Tiefling, but I will make sure I'm not the loser. What is your goal here?"
Tarnis white knuckle grips the top of his cane.
Mm-hmm.
The room starts to go dark. Tarnis begins to stretch and elongate unnaturally. You hear bones popping and creaking. He grows a grin unnaturally wide His features distort. You can only barely tell that this is Tarnus any longer. The features are only just barely there, but he grows a foot taller, so he's standing 7.5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks down at this little man, and you hear his voice begin to reverberate on the walls. Mortal, I have seen now the measure of your soul. When you reach the other side, you will know the true meaning of damnation. I give you one opportunity. Leave. Live the rest of your pathetic mortal life. Go. Watch as your gold slides through your fingers. And when you die, penniless and alone, I will be there to ensure that you receive your just reward. Tarnus slides back into his regular form. The only thing left of that giant form is his eyes remain slitted and slightly fiery. He looks at him. Be gone, former lawman.
Can I get an intimidation check on that?
Absolutely.
Admittedly, I will give that advantage, though.
That was really good.
That was good.
She's really good.
Shut up, Demi.
Camp Rock! Camp Rock!
I don't know how I completely Camp Rock has slipped my brain from the that
25.
Making.
Oh my!
It's better than his 22.
Oh.
For a man of his experience in the particular field he is in, he's witnessed all sorts of evils, all sorts of powerful leaders who claim to be gods. However, by the sheer look in his eyes and the trembling of his hands, he has never witnessed now what he recognizes to be something beyond the mortal realm. He is trembling and his breath shudders as he begins to respond. He swallows and goes, I will take my leave. But all of you will still have to answer to Caesar. Daniel, be careful. Do a better job picking your friends.
No.
An echo from somewhere beneath the floor.
That's so quietly.
That guy's awesome.
I think he's talking about himself, but
but
I don't know. I'm so confused.
he begins to back out of the room, and he never really separates eye contact. He just backs up.
Tarnus just watches him silently.
The guards come with him. They accompany him as they came in with him, and they make their way up the stairs past the flower portrait, and you hear of them no longer. Now it is just the remaining Daniel, Artie, Lily, Martha, Tarnus, all in this room downstairs.
And the two things. Are they gone?
Oh, the demon devil helper things?
Whatever they are.
Whatever
Yeah,
they
they
are.
took off. They took
Okay.
off with her.
With her?
Oh, see, I didn't catch
yeah.
that she was taken away.
Or
Well,
he
he
just
was-
sees her die in front of her, comes back to life, and then you take her away.
Well, the idea was to get her to a place of safety.
For the sake of continuity, can we keep her in the room for now?
That's fine. That's fine. if that's how you want to roll this.
Ooh,
That's-
say they
let's do
cover
it that way.
they cover their wings around her, like
Right.
Do they have
impenetrable.
wings?
No, they were actually in like a human form. They were actually wearing suits that were nearly
Oh, yeah.
identical to Tarnis's.
Oh,
In my brain, they both look like Agent 47 from Hitman.
Yeah,
Okay,
kind of.
cool.
They were like they're human, but they're like very baseline disguised. They're just like, yep, we're just gonna copy Tarnis's outfit and stand here and just look human,
Pretty
but they're like large and imposing. They're
awesome.
They did a good job. I apologize. I have to pee again, so I'll be right back. So
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
Bung, 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 bung,
By the
bung,
way,
bung,
everything
bung,
I did as Tarnish just now, a warlock could pull off with my skill, with my ability set that I picked.
Yeah, a little bit of thaumaturgy, a little bit of
Yeah, a little bit of disguise self, a little
Yeah.
thaumaturgy, a little prestidigitation
A little bit
between.
of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
room.
Fun. Hey, what's your email so I can send you this file?
Oh, okay.
Or don't say it. Put
yeah,
it in chat.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's
I know that like we don't get like a billion views, but
we have like 100. What's 400?
regardless, you know what I mean?
Right.
Regardless, somehow some person's gonna be
on
like,
TikTok. I gotta stalk when it gets back. It's absurd, honestly, that people that
did it just
that-
show
that
it on
many
your
people-
screen? That would suck.
man,
Email
I
this. Put this
Anyone
up.
is-
Pose to be.
don't know how I feel. I expected something between Daniel and I can't remember his name. I named him, my friend. and I
You
cannot
named him
remember his
it.
name.
Nick.
Subject.
Nick. Named him, I should have made him Dick. We were detectives. That would have made much more better sense. I named Dick Gumshoe. It just Nick's better. I think Nick.
Alrighty. Well, let me just see this. All right. So, if that encounter is over, is there any kind of dialogue or anything y'all want to discuss while you're in this chamber, seemingly safe for the moment being?
And I, yeah. After seeing his oldest friend attempt successfully murder someone right in front of him, someone who's really important, what he assumed really important to the king, so much of his worldview has shattered. The man he got sent on the mission to is probably the man who did the crime he
Hmm.
got sent to go find. His best friend's a murderer. His newest ally just transformed in some sort of demon, which I knew he was, but that was terrifying. After full, I'm sure, 10 seconds of silence, just realize the situation he's in. It's like, go hug him. To
Artie.
no,
To Artie's
Rose.
wife.
That's the one.
Rose,
Lily.
Lily?
Jill.
Lily.
Lily.
Lily. I knew it was. I knew
It's
it was
a flower name.
I was like, go hug him.
You said Lily?
Mhm.
My mother.
How do you know that name?
Did you quickly put on those glasses? What was that? Like you looked down, looked back up, and you had glasses.
That was the point.
What was that? What? Am I the only one who saw that? It's like Horn like email address appeared right above Josh's. Josh, I assume your name's Josh every time I see you because your name's Kosh. And
Oh, yeah.
am I right?
Yeah.
Wait,
So
But did no one see that blue thing that appeared that looked like an email address above his face? Am I going crazy?
Yeah, we saw it.
I missed it. I didn't see it.
It's because you typed it in.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
But
We cut that out later. Anyway,
We're gonna have to, yeah.
So, yeah.
If it got recorded.
I'm sorry
yeah.
that
That'll
really
be fine.
distracted me.
Okay. Let's see. I turn to Daniel and go, your former friend may not care about law and justice any longer, but my kind thrive on law and justice. My kind exist to perform a version of justice. I hate those kinds of actions.
I understand where you're coming from. But this conversation does not matter right now. We are in the worst situation right now. I want those two to appreciate whatever the hell you just did. We gotta get him uncuffed, and we have to go kill that king.
Who's cuffed?
Already.
Oh.
And also Maria Martha.
Yeah.
Martha.
Martha probably crapped her pants.
Oh yeah.
She had her baby.
However,
Instant labor.
General question: is there any chance Nick happened to have the keys and then proceed to shake the keys out of his pocket when he ran away? Hopefully, no. Darn it!
If only someone with a high sleight of hand could
Shut up.
get
You
there.
blew up the king.
I what?
You blew up the king.
It was fun.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
how in response to Daniel's last statement, though, Lily rushes towards Artie, even though he's still chained to the like wall area, and she just jumps into his arms, and he just, I mean, just tight,
Bear hugs her.
just absolutely bear hugs her.
Bear hugs her.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Because he's hairy.
Oh.
You're out. Jeopardized.
Struck down by lightning. How it got down there, we don't know.
Gosh. Got a
But-
terrible stats were.
But yeah, Lily and Artie, they hold each other for a while. Not even the sound of breathing can be heard right now. They are just locked in this embrace. And finally, they separate. And Artie just takes her hand, or takes her face in his hands and just looks at her and just puts his forehead against hers. And then finally, after holding her for a while, he goes, will somebody please get me out of these fucking chains?
Look over to Tarnish. I didn't even hear what you said, Matthew. That was too quiet. Let's look over to Tarnish. Can you do something about that? I could smash the chains, but I can't do anything about the cuffs.
Oh. Hold on. I walk over to Artie.
Mm.
I put a hand on his shoulder. And I say, come with me. And I cast Dimension Door, and we teleport to the other side of the room together.
I don't care if that worked. That's cool.
Sure enough, the chains collapse to the ground empty, and Artie is once again free. And he immediately runs back over to Lily and holds her again. And once they've
Take a moment and focus on my walking stick for a second. Regain a packed slot. And
once they do that, Artie with his arms still around her and her head on his chest. He says, "All right. We need to regroup, get everyone together again. And we need to go find Caesar. Finish
Agreed.
this."
Hold on. Denier's going to take his sword and then smash down on the chains that's holding Martha to the
Mhm.
bed.
Okay.
Attempting to just break those.
Okay. I just want to do a strength check against him.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, why can't I do cool things? Why don't I have good things?
The woes of a paladin.
I don't have anything above a 17.
I can do 400 damage, but I can't do anything cool. Actually,
That's
you know,
fair.
they just
That's the
nerfed.
fairest thing you've said.
They just nerfed paladins.
Yes,
they
nerfed
did.
the
They did.
truck out of paladins.
All right, strength. Oh, I've got usable actual dice. I'm not using D&D Beyond right now.
Mhm.
I've got too accustomed. I don't have actual dice. Google save me.
I'll do it. I'll roll for you. What do you
All
want?
right, fine.
Did you say
15.
15?
All right. So 18.
18?
Plus 3.
There you go.
Should've done plus something.
That is just enough to break the chain. A single link snaps, and she is able to get up and get the chains off of her. Don't ask the fundamentals of how she was chained up, but she is free now. So
She's still
she
cuffed,
stands-
or is it just she's completely free?
She's uncuffed now. It all fell apart.
Okay.
It was a really good hit.
Yada yada in a way. Good. Good. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, it's like
Alright.
ching, 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 ching,
Exactly.
ching,
It just ripples through.
ching. Paladin magic, okay?
Right. Right.
Thank you, Tier.
Um,
Okay.
She stands up and says, Thank you so much. Like your friend was saying, whatever you're all going to do here, we need to go ahead and make sure it happens. I feel like we're running out of time."
I'm just like, hurry. You're staying with us. The safest place is with us. There's guards surrounding this kingdom.
Okay. What was your name? And referring to Artie's wife, and they kind of introduce each other and such, and the two ladies kind of group together and get behind the rest of you as you all lead the way.
Unless Tarnish, you couldn't happen to just as a freebie, let these two safely be somewhere else.
Just a freebie. You know who this is.
Unfortunately, even my power has limits. I used up what I gained from Artie to save her.
All right.
That's for damn sure.
And Artie, I'm gonna talk to you about what you gave up later, but now's not the time.
It's just his soul, dude. What the?
I don't know if it's his soul. I don't know what he costs.
Oh,
That's-
yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
Daniel, we can talk about it, but we need to trust each other going forward from this. We're not going to make it through this without trust. It goes both ways.
Faith, trust, pixie dust.
It's the dust.
Super
I'm
out of
sorry.
pixie dust.
I haven't played in so long with you guys. I'm just. I'm having a good time.
Might I suggest we go find Jed? Whatever
Yes,
they went
thank
off
you.
with.
Right.
In our exploration at all, do we have any idea where a prisoner might be held at all? Have we seen a dungeon of sorts?
You've not.
Scheiße.
The dungeon. However, if you don't mind if we switch back, we will see where Jed ends up.
All right.
So, Jed, returning to you, still invisible. You just flipped the switch, and Peter is crying out for you. Sorry, there's a plane passing overhead. They're probably gonna do an airstrike on my house. That's okay.
That's okay. It's just Peter farting as he goes over there.
It's passing overhead. Doesn't that sound magical? But Peter's crying out, Jed! Jed, don't leave me here, please! Jed!
I'm not. Jed's invisible. I can't be on camera.
Okay. I was thinking that's what you were doing, but I was.
Yeah, I'll literally invisibly, but I'll call out and be like, "I'm right here. Don't worry."
When you do that, both the guards turn their heads towards your direction.
Home Alone time, baby.
And they look around, surveying the area, but they don't see you.
All right.
So what would you like to do now?
Okay, so I'm going to. I can still do this. I love this. This is actually a bard thing, but I freaking love it. So I'm gonna go up to the bars and I'm gonna be like to Peter. I'm gonna be. He's probably still flying around and stuff. I'm gonna be like, "Come here, to this bar," and I'll like hit it. I'll be like, "Ding, ding."
And he hovers up. Jed.
And I touch him, and he goes invisible.
Ooh.
Because I can cast invisibility again and put one additional target. At higher, when you cast this using a spell slot at 3rd level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot above the 2nd. So I think originally and so a creature you touch. So at level 1 or at level, what is this usually a 2nd level? So at 3rd level, I can do it me and him. So I'll do it again. So I know it's probably it's concentration up to 1 hour. So what I'll do is I'll probably take mine off. Not really. I'll still have invisibility on me, and he'll just go invisible.
Okay. So, and he is invisible now. And he kind of like looks and he's like, "Whoa!
Oh, whoa! All right,
This is
now
so cool."
for magic's sake, can we say? I know it doesn't say that you can see each other. Can we say he sees me?
Because you are the one that turned him invisible, I'll say yeah.
So he can, yeah, okay.
Right.
So he knows he's invisible, but he can still, like, I would like, in my head canon, to ourselves, we have an outline. But we can tell that we're invisible. Like, you can still, but only to us. Okay.
That's
if
fair.
you would allow that, great DM, thank you.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll be like, okay, we have to be very quiet. I'll open the bars and we need to get around the guards and find our way out, okay? Okay. I'll be right here with you. And you somehow make me fly as well.
Are you comfortable being lifted?
Okay. That's Jed will literally go. Okay. Yeah.
Then yeah, I can do that.
That's the quietest way. And I'll look at my unseen servant and go, and he'll open the bar.
The guards once again snap their eyes towards the movement and slowly approach to kind of investigate the now open cells.
I'm going to prestidigitation the bed to flip up and to make it, or like the covers to flip up, and to make it kind of raise a little, just like a small little thing, and see if I can't get him to go in one of the cells. And as Peter comes out, before or Peter come out and then do that.
Okay. Yeah. And I will. Well, you don't know for Peter, he wouldn't even probably. Okay. So yeah, just like you said, the sheath on the bed kind of like almost like inflates a little bit, kind of making a shape that moves ever so slightly, like breath under a blanket. And the guards stand there and they investigate the cell. In doing so, you see the silhouette. For visual sake, you see the kind of the silhouette of Peter just hovering right overhead, very slowly and quietly, as not to even cause a gust of wind, as he goes overhead and gently lands right behind you.
Okay, what now? Let's go. Okay. Can we push them in the cell and lock them up? It'd be really funny. What's the goal? Oh, okay. Do you want to do the pushing, or do you want to do the lever pulling? I'll look at him, and I'll be like, 1, 3. No, but like, who's gonna do what part? Because I'm not very strong. But like, 2. No, I don't know what part I'm doing. We'll push now. 3. We'll push.
All right, and with all of his strength, Peter pushes, and the guards just topple forward. As that happens, you pull the lever, and the cell closes. The guards whip around. Release us! Release us! Release us! And they like grab the bars and start rattling them viciously. It's very, very loud. Steven, you know what that sounds like, don't you?
Yes, I know exactly what that sounds.
Just aggressive rattling. But they are in there.
So I'll clap Peter on the back and say, "Atta boy." Now let's get out of here.
Yeah. I think they put your stuff in that closet over there if you want to get your stuff.
I'll go get my stuff. Thank you.
I just didn't want to I didn't want you to forget it because I care about you and you're my friend now.
You're my friend now.
You're my friend
I
now.
have soft tacos later.
You get it. Yes. You get a cupcake? You get a cupcake. All right. I'm gonna make sure that all my stuff is there. And when I say all my stuff is there, I mean, where's my rook?
Your rook is in your belongings.
Okay.
It's kind of fallen to the bottom of your pack. Interestingly enough, just total side note, there is at the bottom of your bag, just because you're looking through everything, there is a orange scarf inside your bag that you do not recognize at all. That's all. Unless you want to.
Oh, what the fuck? What? I'm gonna check this out. What's this? Secret scarf of tracking you.
I mean, do you want to do any kind of check on it?
Let's
or?
do I want to see if it's got any magic to it, or if it's just a scarf. So I'll do I guess an Arcana or a investigation or something.
Mm-hmm. Either one. You just
they're both the same. They're both +2. Flat.
Hmm.
That is a 17, so a 19.
19. It is a ordinary scarf. It is made of typical, I don't know, maybe cotton or something like that.
And I've never seen it before.
You don't recognize it, no. And just by picking it up, I mean, it's clean, but it's used. Like, it's a used scarf. It's lightweight material. If it's not outside of the realm for Jed, you kind of like pick it up and kind of bring it close to your face. And I mean, yeah, I mean, you kind of like give it a little smell, be like, okay, whose is this, you know? And it's
chloroform.
there's a familiar smell on it, not like a bad one, just a familiar scent of I don't know, another person. You cannot for the life of you think of who that scarf belongs to, though.
Can't remember.
Yeah, that's all.
I'll just be like, I guess and I'll secure the rest of my things. Is the sword there?
The Sword of Souls, you mean?
Yes.
It is there, yes.
Chip.
What is it doing there?
Right? What is it doing there?
What is it doing there? I don't know.
Daniel doesn't know, though.
No.
Do you?
Yeah. You don't know.
Why am I always the last person to know things?
No metagaming allowed.
It's so annoying.
That was what I was going to do, by the way. I was going to reveal it to you, Ben, and never tell Daniel.
Can I just say, I mean, like, I think Ben has. I don't think you've missed a single session since we started.
Hell, I haven't.
And out of all that, this is what you get.
All I can say is this happens to paladins. People are like, Paladin, look the other way while we do this dastardly thing over here.
Hey, Paladin, can you go grab me a cup from the kitchen? You come back, and there's like a dead chicken in my hand and a circle on the ground, and I'm like, I found it here.
Who could have done this?
All right, so cool. I nod my head at it, and then I will actually equip it, and I have an excuse. Cool. He thinks of something, and I'll look at Peter, and I'll be like, "Let's find our way out of here. But if we get close to someone, pick me up, and we need to fly past them as quietly as possible. Can you do that?" Of course, you already said you would.
Yeah, I'm really.
Peter. He does this. He started to do this, and I go, Peter, get serious. He's like, and I'll be like, and I'll clap him on the shoulder, and I'll be like, thank you. And we'll go.
Okay. So with that, Jed and Peter
and my unseen servant.
And your unseen servant work your way up a stairwell that seems to be kind of in passageways reminiscent of the hidden passageways you guys have discovered within the walls of the Silver City Palace. And you work your way out until you find a familiar pathway, which leads you to a painting room. Kind of an opportune time to get out. You see in the room that there's nobody in there.
It would matter.
What's that?
Not that it would matter.
Right. But yeah, there's nobody in the room. And do you want to step through there, or do you want to look for a different exit point?
I'm going to try to meet up with everybody. So I'm going to. Do I know? Would Jed know how to get from here? Because I've been to the room where everyone was.
Right.
Through the walls. Would I know the way to get there from where I am currently, or would I know the way if I get out to get there? You get what I'm saying? Yeah,
once you get to where you are now, you can kind of estimate the path back to like where you and Tarnus went, where you were viewing the courtroom where the games took place.
Mm-hmm.
And you can work your way all the way back. Either, I'll just give you an option. You can either go there, you can go to the library entrance, or you can go to the painting area, like the painting puzzle area in the main lobby, I guess.
I'm going to guess that they're still busy in the room where we were, so I'm going to double time it there.
Right. Okay. We will come right back to you. So let me pull up my stuff real quick. So for the rest of the group, I assume we leave that room by now, correct?
Yeah.
Go
through the painting, and we're in the secret passages.
So, go ahead.
Selfish ask. I'd really need to make a pit stop at our room.
In your room?
Yeah, our room, the one we were staying in.
The one we were staying in. I thought you were about to say, I gotta take a poop in my room. I was like,
It's gonna outhouse off screen.
I was like, there's a bathroom in there. I've been to your house.
I thought he said a piss stop, but then I was like, no, he didn't say a piss stop.
I heard that too at first. Okay. That's why I was like...
Well, Tarnus just was kind of like, yeah, let's go get your armor.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew exactly what I was talking about.
Right. Okay.
I regret not putting that on immediately.
Yeah, I know. You were like, the last thing I remember from the session before when I was actually there, you were like, we get in there and I cast Fireball, and the last thing you said was, man, I wanted to put my armor on. I was like, I don't know. You were like, damn it, man. This sucks.
Jesus, none of them are good.
Right.
Oh.
So you all work your way up the staircase leading to the flower portrait door, and out. You work your way down that hallway and to like the main lobby area. As everyone walks through that door and onto that staircase that goes down, to the lobby, you go through, and your eyes are met with a armada of silver guards, all with weapons drawn and facing straight towards that direction. Within their midst is Nick, just kind of hidden amongst them, still terrified looking straight at Tarnus. But arguably even worse, it seems that Caesar is there as well. When you all get in there, the first thing that you notice is actually Daniel and Tarnus, make I think this is the right kind of check. Make a perception check for me, please.
You go in.
I gotta find my dice. What did I do with them?
19.
19. Okay.
That's a straight roll for me because I have no bonuses for perception.
14.
14.
Okay.
I'll give intimidation and performance for some reason. But
when you all
that's actually good for it to be detected.
When you all enter into the lobby area, with all the visual things there are to take in, you also start to look at the room around you, which it seems like there have been some very hastily done modifications to the room. Namely, there are particular runes strewn about all the walls and even on the ceiling. Not huge, but big runes. It seems to have some kind of an effect on magic properties. Nothing is directly affecting any of you at this time, although the runes don't look super familiar quite yet. But there is an atmosphere in the room of just kind of almost like a claustrophobic feeling, just ever so slightly. Is it the amount of people in the room staring at you? Who knows? But while this is happening, Jed had just made it to the courtroom to see that there was no one there. However, you and Peter hear the crowd, I guess you could say. I mean, they're silent, but there's so many bodies in that room that you've made your way over that direction, and from beyond the portraits of the painting puzzle, you see through at this armada around you. You're seeing the same thing, and you see your friends up on the stairwell over to your left. Caesar stands and kind of approaches in front of everyone. He's just smiling, and he nods at all of you. Now, for all of you, would you please make me I think this is the right kind. Yeah. Wisdom saving throw.
Hmm. 19.
I have that.
Am I within? Yeah.
Natural 20.
Boom! What'd you get, Ben?
I haven't rolled it yet. I believe Paladin should have aura things. Do I not have one yet?
It depends on what he's trying to do.
Right.
And what your level is.
The Paladin gets auras.
Do you have the aura with the bonus to I forgot what it's called, but you get like this on saving throws and
That's what
You get +2.
I know paladins have it. I'm just trying to see if I have it.
Okay. I have it. I love it. It's my favorite thing. Anyone within 10 feet of you and yourself all get a +2 on saving throws. And I think it's just saving throws.
It's pretty sweet.
It's very helpful, especially when you're like group fighting and you keep getting smashed by spells.
Don't think I have that yet.
Okay.
Shame.
Yeah, we're like level 10 or 11 in that other game.
Oh, the other. Okay.
In my other game, it's like 10 or 11.
I'm level 4, and I was just like, it would be fun if I become part bard.
Well, hey, I'm technically level. Nah, never
mind. Hey, you are level 6, aren't you?
I'm level 7.
I'm 5.
You're 6. You should be 6.
You're supposed to be 6.
Oh, Ben, you're supposed to be level 6.
Hold on. No, I'm 6. I'm 5.
Okay.
I'm 5 levels.
I was about to be like,
bard.
oh, you nerfed yourself.
I'm glad I double checked because I'm 5 levels paladin, 1 level bard. We're good.
It scared us there for a second.
We're good. Man, what did I gain for level 5? That doesn't matter. Let me roll this stupid. I'm sorry, I stalled.
You're fine.
I hate that. That's not good. That's not good. Not a 1, but it's not good.
Is it a 7?
It's not. Actually, no, it's not a 7. It's a 6.
Okay.
Ben shits himself.
I can fly.
Let's see.
Oh, hot. Oh, hot.
Whenever
raising from the floor.
I kind of realized after asking you to do that, I might have put the wrong check for this particular thing, but it's actually not very consequential, so I'm not going to stress about it. But yeah, so Caesar steps forward, and Daniel, you see him approach, and he just has an ominous smile on his face. He's just smiling up at you, and he kind of gives you a little wave. At the same time, Jed from behind the wall, as well as Tarnus, as you're looking at him, you see the same thing. However, Caesar, he looks a little off, like he's not actually quite there. He is emanating this kind of a blue aura around him. And it seems like particular parts of him, just very minute details kind of towards the edge of his body and like his silhouette are kind of faded and almost transparent, as if it's an illusion of some kind. However, Jed in particular, no, not Jed. Tarnus, you got the nat 20, right?
Yeah.
You see that the others don't, but on his person, you actually see in his hand the orb, emanating blue, and seems to be the source of that light that's around his body. But he steps forward and he goes, "Shit, this is exciting! Confusion, betrayal amongst friends, nonetheless. The loss and return of loved ones. It's really beautiful. Except there's one simple thing, unfortunately, I have to swing by you. You were completely fucking with my plan! You're fucking with my kingdom! God, you were all so cute and clever at the beginning, with all your disguises and auditions and all that bullshit. But now, do you know what work I put in for you? Did I fail you to entertain you with my games?" While he's giving this monologue, Jed, you essentially shit yourself. Because he looks back right at you. and Tarnus and Daniel, you just see him looking at the paintings. He goes, "Let's have the whole class participate. Please join your friends. This is information for all of you. I would hate for you to miss out." And he goes over and taps like one of the artifacts that's on that display, and Jed and Peter are just there. Tweety Bird! I see Jed let you out of your cage! And Peter doesn't say anything. He just kind of shrinks back a little bit and looks down at the floor. Jed! Would you like to go stand with your friends? I know you've been separated for a little time, but I think your time out is, I think you've had time to think, have you not?
Okay.
Please go ahead. And he motions to allow you to walk and join up with your friends again. Would you like to do that?
So he sees us, or he like made us uninvisible, basically.
That's kind of the thing, is he saw you.
But can everyone else see us?
That's a good point. You are, for all intents and purposes, you are still invisible.
He's crazy. Don't know what he's talking about.
He smiles in your direction as you sit silently.
I'm a poopy head.
A little bit. And he goes, and he looks up at Tarnus and Daniel. He goes, your friend. He seems to love games even more than me. I wonder what will happen here. And about half of the armada takes out their guns and aims them right in that area.
Like in me, towards me.
Right, just right in that doorframe area. He goes, gentlemen, would you like to see a new painting edition? I have a feeling there'll be a lot of red here once my guards fire their weapons.
Now he asked me, he didn't care about Peter, right? Like he was just talking about me standing up.
Yeah, I mean, he addressed Peter, but yeah, he was talking about you specifically.
Now we're still at the hole in the wall, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a hand on Peter and like push him into the hole and nod at him, hoping he gets what I'm talking about. And I'm going to go walk towards everybody, realizing what Caesar wants. Might as well.
Now, are you still invisible, or are you breaking that on yourself?
I'm going to keep the invisibility until I'm standing next to them.
Okay. All right. So you make your way through, and as you're passing Caesar, I mean, you're like, a foot or two from him.
I'm just looking at him.
As you're passing him, like I said, he has like this kind of this blue light emanating from him, and you hear like a deep humming coming from him as you pass by. But the guards all separate a path to where you can reconnect with your friends, and soon you're up the stairs and with them. So you decloak the invisibility, or are you keeping it for a second, or?
Yeah, so you guys would see, I guess, all that happen, like them separating for nothing, and then I will show up next to you, just like cross-armed and staring at Caesar.
I look at him. Welcome back.
I'll nod.
Daniels has been nothing but staring daggers into Caesar. Nothing but rage in his eyes.
Does that do amp damage?
I take a moment and lock eyes with Nick.
Nick from down there, he kind of shuffles ever so slightly behind one of the guards. And kind of looks like to the side. But Caesar continues, and he says, finally, all of our friends back together. Haven't had this much fun since the games. Seems like it's been weeks ago.
Not all of them.
So, let me ask you this. Did you all think I was stupid?
You sure look like it.
A sharp tongue. A sharper blade, I'm guessing. Not unlike the red one in your friend's bag.
Oh, no, it's on my hip.
On his hip.
Why do you have that?
Oh, I found it.
What did you do with the young blood?
Who are you talking to?
Caesar.
Caesar.
Oh, he just smiles. I seem to recall that you actually have a very, very special tool on you. I mean, why ask me when you can just see for yourself?
Why do you?
I could lie to you after all.
Why do you have any reason to lie? You are in full control of the situation. A cowardly king, built in his own tower, built off of deception.
A throne of lies, one must say.
You are in full control of the situation, aren't you? So why the hell would you have any reason to lie? You already have everything that you want.
Not everything. And shit, this is just entertaining. Who doesn't love entertainment? Daniel, you in particular. You value truth. I admire that in you. You always have. Long before you ever came here to this island. Truth has been something you've sought from the beginning. Would you hesitate to grasp it so easily? Now, I can stand here and I can tell you I did nothing with young blood. Not in the way you're thinking, anyway. Him and I go farther back than you might realize. But it seems someone else did the work for me. I'm not going to complain. I'll answer any questions you have concerning this matter, but should you really be asking me?
While this is happening, you hear the creak of a little door open, kind of below you, like the floor below you guys, and Letty comes out of the room. She goes,
"Oh, Caesar, I didn't know you were preparing for so many of your friends. Oh, look at the state of this place. I must have forgotten to clean those up. I'm so embarrassed."
He goes, Letty, now is not the time, dear. Go attend to the flowers. I have very important words to share with our guests.
"Oh, if you insist, dear, just call if you need anything."
and she just shuffles back into the door she came from and closes it behind her.
So
Sorry
terrified.
about that. Where were we?
I was so terrified the things on the wall were glyphs of wardings, and she was going to go touch one and blow up.
We must protect Letty at all costs.
No! What the hell would you do that? Oh well.
Okay.
It would appear before we were interrupted. You had something on your mind, Daniel. Please. The room is listening.
One thing I wanted to say to you, since the moment I saw you gun those two poor innocent souls down, you must be the biggest coward I've ever seen. Do you want to prove me wrong? I offer to you one last simple game. You versus me.
Oh,
Whatever great powers you have versus whatever I might. Or are you going to hide behind every single layer you've already put up to keep yourself dying that pathetic death that you're trying to hide yourself from?
The air in the room does seem to change as your words echo across the metal armor and the marble floors. of the chamber. And Caesar kind of turns and looks at the people around him.
Damn. You're speaking my language there, Daniel. I am a sucker for games. And it is fun as hell to watch you all play them. It would be foolish not to participate a little bit myself, I suppose. I'll admit, though, my sword against yours. Not quite fair. How about this, though? I'll permit one last game. Hide and seek. I will let you know now. I'm not actually here. Your friends seem to be able to see a bit through this illusion a bit more than you can. That's all right. They have a bit more tricks up their sleeves, it would seem, as well. I'll say this much, though. Come and find me. Please, use my secret passageways. Search all the stairs. Search the tower. I give you till sundown. That's when I need to get my work done anyway. So, you find me? And then swordplay can commence. How's that sound? I probably ought to specify something real quick, though, just to clear the air. You might have noticed a little bit of artwork that I had put up on the walls of the ceiling. Yeah, that's, well, I have a friend that helped me with those. They will prevent anyone from actually leaving until the bearer of these marks is killed. And I happen to be the bearer of said mark. So, if it's a little incentive, find me before sundown. And then, you can escape. That is, if you want to. I have a proposition, but I think that'll be much better given in person, if it's all the same. Do you accept?
This is probably the bravest thing you've ever done, despite being in another layer of pathetic shielding. But this is the best chance we got.
I'm glad we can agree on something. Please, like I said, search anywhere. And you'll know when you find the real me. Don't worry. In the meantime, I have a ceremony to get ready for. So, try not to fuck up the decorations too much. I value my artwork very much. And when you find me, don't be too hasty to draw your weapons. I do have a proposition, like I said before. Does anyone have any questions before we commence this last game?
Will your guards stop us at all?
No need to. Not at this time. However, they are, what should I say, inclined to protect their master. So, should you find me and decide to swing your weapon, it's kind of in their design to protect, so can't say much there. But nonetheless, I invite it. If you can find me, then you're more clever than I thought. Just remember, everyone, things aren't always going to be as they seem in this place. But if this is the game, I'll play it. After all, this whole thing has been rather fun, hasn't it? I'd hate to see it end so quickly, but this is the game and these are our roles after all. So, with that, let's begin.
And he vanishes. At this time, it is you with the large armada in the lobby area. They seem to resheath their weapons and bring their staffs back to their sides. And the floor is open to you. It is extremely, extremely silent right now. I have to pee again because I'm a little tiny butter boy.
I'm
Matthew,
gonna go do that too. So,
all right, yeah, potty break. Be right back.
Hi, Ben.
Okay.
Guess it turned into a mass pee break. So how you been?
That's pretty good.
Oh.
I went to insult that king for a while, so that was good.
Nice.
That thing was annoying.
I got brownies.
I also live on this endless cycle of being really thirsty and then having to pee every 5 seconds. I
Who'd have thought?
It's called
Right.
living.
Oh goodness. So what's on everyone's minds right now with where we are, what we're doing as a group or individually?
Well,
What time is it?
What's
How
that?
close is it? How close is it?
9
now?
o'clock.
Oh, I
Okay,
thought
in like in game. I believe it's about midday, like a little later than midday.
So 1, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there.
So we probably have around 4, 5-ish hours.
I'd say 4 just to be safe.
Tarnish goes, Daniel, that was reasonably impressive. You could be a deal maker yourself.
Not the top.
It was quite good.
Definitely.
Let me know if you're ever
Really
interested
hoping-
in the business.
Was really
Gosh.
hoping that was actually him. I didn't.
I'll turn to Daniel and be like, the sword, it was in the armory where I got my stuff back after getting out of jail.
I don't have the heart to figure out what if one of you guys did something. So right now, we're focusing on him.
I was just letting you know.
Thank you. Anyone have any ideas?
He was using an orb to do that. I don't know if either of you saw it, but I could see it.
To make himself appear?
Yes.
Got it.
I believe he was casting it through the orb.
All right. Still, any ideas where it might look?
First of all, before we go too far, Jen, welcome back. You didn't happen to learn anything where you were, right?
No, I was tossed in a prison and I broke out with Peter's help. Strangely
sick.
enough. And yeah, that was Peter. Or at least you heard his name being called. Yes, Peter. I'll look
See-
at Daniel. Yeah.
Peter, you still here?
No, I told him to go. He's hiding
But-
somewhere in the passageways. Hopefully he stays safe.
His help might be really needed. He's probably the fastest among us.
I know, but he's a child. He might be 110, but he's a child. I can't do that.
Later.
Oh yeah, we can call you Daniel again because no one
Yeah.
cares.
Right?
How long does that take? Hold on. I mean,
To say your
let me
name?
check. What?
Like 2 syllables.
Bruh.
I look at Nick. Do you
Yeah.
know where the king is hiding?
What does he do after the Horn Tires that happened? Where'd he go?
What's that?
What happened to Nick? I mean, all the guards put away the weapons. So what's Nick doing?
He was
After-
just hiding behind a guard.
Yeah.
He's still hiding.
He's just kind of there, yeah. He goes, no. I don't know anything about that. Just keep me out of this, all right? I stepped away.
I'm tired of this. I'm gonna pull out the eye.
Okay.
Does he know where the king is? Check.
All right. You look through it at him, and scenery flashes in front of your eyes in a spiraling kaleidoscope pattern. You see it kind of like zooms into one of his eyes, and you see through his eyes for a moment, and memories are recalled of Nick and Caesar and one other figure walking through the courtroom. You see them going behind a particular curtain, the same curtain that Caesar came out of the very first day that you all met him. And behind it, there was a room. Inside this room, 3 switches. The far right one was clicked up, and it went up to some place. Somehow, the whole room seemed to lift up to the tower. And up there, you seem to think that that could be where Caesar is hiding. It's a place you haven't discovered yet. But there were strange shapes in that room. It's kind of hard to recall, as if Nick himself wasn't quite sure what all of them were. But that is what you see.
All right. I'll relay this information to the rest of the team. You guys go.
I scowl at Nick.
You guys go check that out. I need 7 minutes. I'm gonna walk to the rooms.
Okay.
Okay. As he walks off, my imp appears in front of Nick's face. The master doesn't like you very much. And then it disappears again.
One of the guards turns to Nick. It appears you have soiled yourself.
Man.
So Daniel, you're going to y'all's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it matters, he's getting rid of any disguise, any makeup, where his hair might have been different or at all. He's forgoing all of that
Right.
and putting on the armor that the king so gracefully put his name on.
Right.
So he can, it might have been a way to instill fear, but he'll proudly wear his name now. Nice.
And I know you said for them to go ahead. I'm not gonna say it like took any amount of time. Do you guys just like kind of want to wait for him?
It takes 5 minutes to put on heavy armor. And,
Yeah, we'll
I
just
don't know how
chill.
long the makeup thing would have happened.
So
I
yeah,
said
so
7.
so for the rest of us in the lobby area, kind of waiting. Before long, you turn and you see Daniel coming back down the stairs, fully in shining silver armor, looking pretty badass. Like
He's coming down the spiral
harness.
staircase with his hand trailing, and he's
oh my gosh.
he's coming down. Tarna starts clapping. Jed starts blushing.
Martha's just ah.
We're joking with you, Daniel. We're joking with you as he's coming down.
I have the wrong AC. Either way, I'm at 18 now.
Mhm.
Why was that? That doesn't matter. I'm at 18 now.
Okay.
I need that.
No.
All right.
You're older than that.
So,
All right.
you guys want to proceed towards the path? I imagine
Yeah.
that.
Proceed.
Right. So,
Yep.
You all walk down the kind of the courtroom throne room area. It's very dimly lit now, and it's just you in there. Just the echoes of your footsteps across the marble floor echoing through the large chamber. As you're walking through the center, you can still see the residual stains of blood on the floor, and your minds go back to the games that were in that room and just the kind of the horrors that came along with them. What you thinking, Ben?
Wow. I was in the room area. Did I see anything from the couple?
When you were in your room?
Well, we live basically next door to each other. I don't know if they're like hiding in the room or what I saw. So I just wanted to ask that real quick.
That's a fair question. I will say, because at the time you hadn't specified, you didn't really investigate.
That's fine.
However, if you want to kind of loop it around and say somehow this came up during a dialogue amongst all of you, Jed, it actually occurs to you that the first room you looked through was their room. The other couple that was doing the auditions with you, it was their room that you had peered through, and they were not in there.
So was Daniel while walking over to the secret staircase, mumbled to himself, hoping they're okay.
When you all get to the curtain and you draw it back, you see now the same room that was in that vision from Nick's head, and you begin to approach it. The door's already open. It's like a sliding metal door.
But the levers.
The levers are in there. They're all switched all the way down, except for there's actually a fourth one that is still neutral. It's in the middle.
See that one.
But the three of them, the first three, if we're going left to right, are all downward. Before going in, Artie stops and he turns back to Lily. And he says, "The rest of you, I don't know what your stance is on this, but I feel pretty strongly about this. Caesar made it seem pretty clear that this is our fight with him, not theirs. I need to protect them. I need to make sure they're safe. So, Lily, you and Martha stay here. Stay together. Don't come up with us. As long as you're with Martha, I believe you'll be safe. Caesar wants her alive. That much is true." And Lily responds, and she goes, "Artemis, I'm still so confused about all of this. I don't know how to explain it." He says, Explain what, my love?" And you can see even from where you are, there are tears in her eyes. And she looks up at him and says, Atheris. Which, for a little bit of context, a little bit of world, Atheris is heaven in this homebrew world. So she basically says heaven, but Atheris, it... And she pauses again. He says, What about it? It was beautiful. And Artie and Lily take a moment of silence. They hold each other once more, and he kisses her softly before turning back to the group. He looks at all of you and he goes, whatever we do now, no more secrets, no more lies. We succeed together or not at all. Agreed?
Agreed.
Thomas.
Agreed.
Jed.
Agreed.
I suppose, but no, I was about to some the biggest secret I've ever told in my life. The biggest lie. I was just going to be like, oh, here it is, but it actually is not important to this conversation at all. I just realized. So,
It's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, not really.
So I'll tell you guys later, but not because I'm not wanting to conceal it from you guys. I'm sure he knows already. I'm looking at Tarnish. I don't know what you know, but you probably know everything. You're an enigma. I'm.
The machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Enigma.
I have never lied to any of you.
But you've kept secrets.
That's not lying.
That's not
General
what Artie
answer
said.
for that.
Artie said, no more secrets, no more lies.
Should I start revealing secrets? I look at Artie.
No more new secrets.
Starting now. Starting at this No more additional lies or secrets that affect the welfare of our group. How about that?
Agreed.
This conversation just happened.
Agreed.
Like, did we actually just have this conversation?
Yes.
I mean, like, Tardis agreed, so he's like, is this really what you want?
like when I said the key, you know, the key is I said no more, like no additional.
Okay.
Like
Right
the ones we're
now.
at, if there are any, are fine. No more additional starting now.
Okay.
I agree. Does everyone else agree? You agree? You
Agreed.
Oh.
I agree with what I said. I think we can.
Well, Daniel, you're outvoted, so time to move on.
Even like Soot pops out of nowhere. He's like,
I agree too.
and then he just like disappears again. Martha and Lily just look at each other like, and just kind of keep to themselves.
How did I end up with you three? He's just keep walking.
Oh, shucks.
Good luck. Good living.
Well, with that, are we all prepared to step into the chamber?
Yes.
The small room, it would seem. It's made of metal, and like I said, there are 3 switches down. One at the end is up. Who would like to make an interaction with this particular setup?
What does it look like?
The switches or the or like the room?
Well, like, do the switches obviously have like connections to anything that are obvious, or is it just a switch on a wall?
Based on what you've seen so far and the size of the room, it's smaller. It's kind of built to accommodate certainly no more than like 10 people. Tightly packed. Yeah, it's definitely part of some kind of a mechanism or a machine of some kind.
can I attempt to investigate it? See if I can tell if any obvious constant use of these levers make it obvious which direction they need to go.
Sure.
That'd be good if I was good at investigation.
No.
This is Daniel right now.
Natural 1.
Oh.
He's like, E for effort.
You're looking at them, and the most you can make of it as well. All of these are down facing, except for this last one. So this last one probably needs to face down as well, just to get them all matching. And then from there, you can probably start to one at a time piecing it together to see what they do. But you're not sure if it'll kill you or not either.
Last
That's the
time I
sense you make of it.
checked, I'm really good at these sort of things. So
Jed takes a step back before you do that.
So does Tardis.
I look at TARDIS and I go. I take a big freaking step back.
gotta
I
have
suggest-
faith in my teammates.
We could have Soot push some switches.
I don't know if this is going to harm us. How
One
much
more
time?
thing before you
All right.
do push it. Forgot to mention. There is what appears to be a keyhole also near that panel. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
A keyhole.
A keyhole.
Mhm.
Are there any runes or anything? Like anything written anywhere?
There's not. The only thing you do see, this room is metal. It's a metal room from top to bottom. The ground of it is significantly dirty, but not with dirt. It's very scuffed, like it's had a paint job and it's just been stripped off multiple times. There's also quite a bit of what looks like grease or oil on the floor, like black oil or grease. Not like in puddles, but just
Residual.
yeah.
How many levers are there?
There are 4 in total,
Okay.
and from left to right, it's down, 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 neutral.
Is it an obvious keyhole, or does it look like something does need to go in there, but less key shaped?
It looks like a keyhole,
I don't know why I'm asking. It's a real
It's-
natural one.
right? It's it's a large key, like a larger key, but not, doesn't appear to be any kind of a trick or trap type situation.
Anyone pick a lock? It's not one of my skills.
I just see Matthew's eyes just dart up. He's like,
It's not one of my skills.
I tend to break down.
I'm
doors
more of a
and pick
people
them.
person.
All right. I'm gonna go into my bag. I don't think I have anything that would pick a lock, basically. On me, I don't have like thieves' tools, so I'm gonna have to. And then Jed will kind of say out loud, be like, "Does anyone have anything that would pick a lock? I'm looking for something thin." And I'm gonna take a look at the lock, like the actual keyhole itself, the lock mechanism, and try to get a feel for it.
The terrible one.
You do like a investigation check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got I think it's +2. 1 second. Yeah, 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
So basically you just kind of get close to it and you're like trying to look inside of it best you can, just kind of see like, is this an ordinary lock? This definitely seems to be like a custom lock situation. Not a run-of-the-mill like cell door type thing. There's definitely a master key that goes with this lock. Jed in particular, just as a little sprinkle of something, as you're looking at this, it reminds you of, I'm trying to think of how to word this. It reminds Jed of something in particular he doesn't really want to think about or remember. Maybe he has actually forgotten it, and I know that's very, very vague. But the feelings associated with it are personal to him, and just reminds him of something from his own life that maybe he associates with not pleasant feelings, anger, or maybe even sadness or disappointment. But we can get more into that at a later date, but that's just a general little sprinkle there.
Okay. Interesting. My answer on if this is pick. Is it something that I think I could pick? That Jed thinks he could pick?
A slim chance.
Okay. I can pick locks, but this one is quite unique. Quite unique. It's very specially made. It's not a run-of-the-mill lock. It's got a few contraptions, that I don't think I've seen that before. I feel I don't know. I don't think I can, boys. We're gonna have to figure the switches out.
Daniel, you didn't see the combination on the, I don't know how it works, but I know you looked through the eye at him.
It was now. Down, 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 up.
I thought wait, this is me. I thought it was down, 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 neutral right now.
It is.
It's the same thing that I saw, right? Right, Daniel? Right, Doug?
Wait, what was it?
It's the same thing that I saw. It's currently in the same thing that I saw, right?
Give me a history check and we'll recall your remembrance of the vision.
I knew myself.
Neutral. Here we go. These goes well. 15.
15. Okay. When recalling the vision, you do remember this was the setup when Nick and Caesar and the one other person walked into that room. However, they did change it. And the result was it had them lifted up into the tower, so to speak. You seem to remember that the first two switches they flipped up. However, the third and fourth you don't recall. And after all, that's assuming that's actually where you want to go.
All right. If you guys think you have any idea, if anyone else who's been through any secret passages in this castle, who would it be?
Letty.
Yeah,
Letty.
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 And then the scene changes because it's like a TV show. It's
like
Letty
a-
just walking
like
through
a-
the hallways. Oh, it's such a wonderful day. And then a bag is over her head.
Now, before we do a cutscene, Artie is going to chime in. He's going to say, now, while we may be correct that she has been in this area, her memory does not seem the greatest.
To be entirely honest here, well, I have here. I don't think this cares too much about memories.
Mm.
That's certainly an idea.
She also seems to remember things most when she is feeling nostalgic.
Ah,
Like when I impersonated Caesar, she came into herself a little bit more than
maybe,
when she's just randomly talking.
maybe if this thing does, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but if it does rely on memory, perhaps we can attempt to make her nostalgic first and see if she's any ideas.
Certainly worth a try. I think it's the only guess we have at this point. I'd hate to end up somewhere we're not supposed to be.
Most likely, if she'd be anywhere, she'd be at the library.
Fair enough.
Let's go find
the
her.
library. Meanwhile, our heroes make their way to the library. So, once arriving in the library, we all walk through, and Letty is seen at her counter in there, books strewn about, and the room warmly lit as the sun comes through the east window. She's watering a flower in a flower pot on her counter, and she peers up at you all.
Oh, boys. How are you all? How can I help you?
Shouldn't. Caesar.
What?
I'm
I couldn't hear you.
I said Caesar, as in trying to get Caesar to come into the room. Yes.
So, Tarnus, becomes Caesar. Walks into the room. Ah, Letty! How are you today?
Oh, I'm quite fine. Oh, you seem to be in good spirits today, my boy.
Oh, I am having a great time. Me and my friends are playing a little game, and one of my other friends has gone and hid up higher, and we're trying to figure out how to get up there.
Oh, well.
If I could say something real quick.
Oh.
Not like in like I'm out of character.
If I could say something really quickly, bro, like, shut the fuck up, Jay.
I was just wondering real quick. Daniel, go up to Jed and be like, are you able to do what he's doing?
It takes me longer to get into.
Very quiet. Did not hear a word you said.
He'll basically say in a whisper, kind of, I can't do the spell, but I can physically disguise myself. Why?
I was hoping we could have his brother come in also, but
Oh, last time it was dark. That was the only way I got away with it. I don't think that will help us now, unfortunately.
are there blinds on the windows?
This particular window is really, really tall and big and does not have a blind to it.
Just wait till nightfall and we'll ask her.
I'm just gonna be like, darkness. Yeah, all right.
But I look at Letty and go, you remember when me and my brother were younger and we used to play in the hallways and in the secret passages, don't you?
Oh, I remember. Yes, you would take my mint leaves all the time. Well, where is your brother these days?
You know, I'm not sure. I think he's hiding right now.
Oh, little rascal. Just like him, but no. You've forgotten the way upstairs. It's not like you.
Oh, alas, I took a blow to the head and I'm not thinking straight.
Oh, my dear, come here. Let me see. Are you okay?
I make it look like it's got like a nice bruise with a little lump on it.
Oh, darling. Oh, that looks bad.
It goes.
As I've said, I've known a lot, and he's actually quite fine. We're actually playing this game to help him make sure there's nothing. Help him regain any memories he might have lost. So if you could help us find his brother, we'd be most grateful.
Well, I believe, while checking Octavius's room, he always loved to hide in there, under his bed most of the time. Between his room, I don't really know. Of course, I myself have never really been in the passages. I'm a bit too old for all that, if you know what I mean, but checking his room is good.
Why don't you tell us a story of one of the times that we were playing?
Well,
I know my friends would love to hear it.
I suppose.
Especially from you.
Well, I suppose if I must. You haven't asked for a story in a long time. I recall back when you and Octavius had Roscoe. Oh, that old dog. I hated him. He was running amok and stealing my books. Paper was everywhere. I remember you came in, Octavius, right on your tail, and you went to jump through that painting over there, but you forgot to open the door, and surely enough, you slammed right into it and fell over the edge, exposing your bottom. A piece of paper landing on your buttocks, and Roscoe just bit right in.
Oh, I guess some things never change as I rub the wound on my head.
Oh, yes. It's been so long since I've seen you and Octavius play together. The last time I saw him.
Uh-oh.
It has been a while, has it not?
I kind of look at Daniel like I think she's clearing.
I don't want to invade this old lady's mind, I just realized.
He was sick. I believe, and I remember going to his room to bring him breakfast. He and the Queen were. It was a late night, and I knew they slept in, but I went in their room, and you were there. You were there, and why was there blood on the sheets? babies. The babies were gone. Where are the children? Where are the children? Caesar,
I look at
Caesar,
Daniel.
what have you done?
Scan her now.
No choice. I'm gonna take the eye and just make her think about joyous times in the room where the secret passage is. I don't know if that can change her thoughts, but that's what I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
Might not be exactly what we need, but I wanted to stop her from.
So
Well,
for
I mean,
I don't
my
know.
thought is her mind is clear enough for a moment. Take a snapshot of the upstairs. Does she know the way upstairs? Click.
I know. I couldn't. If this makes them think about what I'm looking for, I had to get her mind off of what happened.
So, okay, and just for the sake of this particular item, how it works, ask me the most direct, like, question for her. Like, what are you asking to see through the eye? Kind of condensed down to a single subject or type of question. Just so I'm clear.
What was the brother's name?
Octavius.
How do I get to Octavius's room?
Going through her mind, you're recalling actually what she's telling you right now, like almost like she's reliving it in this moment and you're feeling it with her. She's wheeling, you're seeing through her eyes, she's wheeling breakfast up and she opens a door, and this vision is different from the other visions you've seen, as it's kind of fading and warbling as her memory is kind of gone a little bit. But you see a wrinkled hand open a door, and there beside a large bed is two figures. The female figure does not have a face. Not that that's actually what happened, but she's just not recalling the face. However, you just see blood-soaked sheets and a figure of Caesar standing over seemingly Octavius, drawing a sword out of his chest and turning, facing right at you. You're looking over to the side and you see three cradles, all empty, as if they have just been snatched from. It seems the light outside is still very dim, as if it's like very early morning. But then she turns and she goes down the hall, which you recognize as being in those hidden passageways, not too far from the courtroom. You think you could probably find your way there based on you knowing the passageways.
Is that all I see?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to come out of the vision and immediately afterwards be like, man, Letty, do those flowers look like they're wilting? Man,
The flowers.
Flowers.
I don't have time for the flowers. We have to find the children.
I'll find them.
The princes and the princess. They're missing.
They might be upstairs.
Let's go. I'll head straight to where I believe the room is.
Mm-hmm. As you're all leaving, are you going out the door? Are you going through the painting, or
which one would be faster?
Since we're role playing all of this, whichever one you want.
Secret passage.
Okay, and yeah. Matthew?
Oh no, I was secret passage
Secret passage.
to the hall.
Secret tunnel.
As you're all hopping through the portrait and closing it behind you, Tarnus in particular, when you're closing the portrait behind you, the last thing you hear Letty say is,
Caesar, what have you done?
as you go in and you close the portrait behind you, and you all start going through the passageway.
I dropped the Caesar disguise.
As we're running, I'll look at Charles and be like, well, that was depressing.
Yeah, we just rearranging that old lady's PTSD, and I feel so bad.
You all work your way down to, and Daniel's in the lead as he saw this. He goes towards where he recalls the door being, and part of the mural on that old wall, kind of that ancient mural that we saw a while back, depicting the story from like Jed's childhood, you can see the crevices of where a door is. However, it seems that there is some kind of a secret on how to open it. It's sealed up very well. But this seems to be the door that she had gone through in that memory. For visuals, the story on the wall from left to right, it's a knight holding a violin, and on the next one he's with a green queen who's gifting him a scroll or something like that. On the next one, it's the same knight but in the presence of a large dragon, and he seems to be playing it a song on the violin. And on the last one, it's the knight again, who's playing a song to some kind of a weeping creature with horns in a dark environment. But what would you like to do here?
Maybe it's a musical lock. You're a bard.
Does this story come with a song at all?
I'll look at it and I'll be like, yes, I know the story. Yes, I know the story. Yes. And I will, open it.
The door opens. No, sorry.
Now, do you recall how to open this door?
Personally, no, but I mean, I have it probably written down somewhere.
Do you want to do a history check?
You know how to open the door?
No, I'm gonna figure out how to open the door. This is an investigation check.
Ah, I see. Yes.
History. 16.
16. Jed recalls, or is well, he's recalling the story itself. He's looking around at the pieces of the wall, and a memory flashes into his head. He's feeling around the first part of the portrait, or the mural, and he recalls the knight didn't play a violin; he played a lyre. In brushing his hand over the mural, the violin in the knight's hand, there's an outline to it, like it's actually carved into the wall rather than simply painted. What would you like to do with that?
One second.
You're fine.
I'm gonna place my hand on the instrument and push.
And the doors.
And I'll say that I'll say in the story it wasn't. It wasn't a lyre. It was a flute.
There you go.
I have the story written down. I have the whole story.
You
It's on my
outlawed the
phone.
GM.
No, you're correct. You're correct.
It was not a lyre. It was a flute. And I'll push it inwards, and the door will open.
All right. You are all facing a dark room. Now, of course, two of you have dark vision. The other
That's
is
better
special
than dark vision.
Yeah, special dark vision.
so the two of you in particular, when you're looking in, you see a room that seems to be used for storage of some kind. Dusty white sheets cast over furniture and other sorts of things. Far ahead, a large bed with sheets over it as well. And what looks to be 3 cradles just in front of it, also covered with sheets. Or, excuse me, actually, no. Correction. There's no sheets on them. There is, however, a sheet on the ground in front of it that's covering some kind of a figure or I don't know, a shape of some kind. But the room seems pretty dusty and abandoned, like it's been there for a very, very long time.
First things first. Just gonna check what Letty said. I'm gonna look underneath the bed and see if there's anything there.
So you approach the bed, you pass the cradles.
Yes.
You look underneath there. There is nothing.
All right.
Save for some rolled up blankets and things like that.
Every time Letty says something, I'm like, it's a clue. It's never a clue.
I look at the cradles to see if there's anything of interest.
Okay. Do you want to do an investigation roll for me?
Sure.
That's cool.
$11.
11. You're looking at the cradles, and although the color is very faded, and like I said, a lot of dust and cobwebs have clung to them, you see that there are 2 cradles with blue and green bedding and painting designs, seemingly for 2 boys. There is one light pink, kind of purple one that would signify for a girl, and there are 3 brass or gold plates on the ends of each of them, each bearing a name.
What are the names?
You come around because you're looking at them as well. On the far left one, you see it says what does it say? Would oh no, I remember. Hold on, I remember.
DM's gonna make a history check. Hang on.
Right. So the one on the far right, the pink one, it says Jane Arkenrack.
Jane.
The one on the far left, you scoot over, and that one says Prince Austin Arkenrack. And when you move to the center of it, it says Prince Xander Arkenrack. When you do this and you're standing there, the white sheet and the bundle underneath it is kind of between you and the cradle, and your foot bumps it. And you look to the ground, and although color is a little odd while using dark vision, there seems to be kind of like a stain on the floor around this thing. Whether it's grease or whatever, you're not really sure, but there's like a stain on the carpeting around this thing.
I'm sure it is. Another time.
What you thinking?
I don't think we're gonna find any clues to find Caesar right now. Not in here.
Was hoping. She had no idea about the levers. This was our only way I know clue. How much time has passed since we started?
Not a long time.
I'd say like 30 minutes. Like
I was
Yeah.
gonna say certainly not over an hour, like 30 minutes to an hour at most.
Jed, help me double check these cradles.
okay.
Jed can't see.
All I do is ask.
Disadvantage.
All I do is just ask him to do the help action so I can get advantage.
Okay, yeah. Well, but I'm at disadvantage, so you would be a straight roll for you.
But that's not what the help action does.
1 second. I got you. I got you.
What you
I mean, okay. Let me double check I'm correct here.
Yeah,
I can make a little thing of
I'm
light to where I
involved
can
in
see.
something right now. I'll be there as soon as I can. I told Dad I was going to be late. Okay. I gotta go. Bye. Okay, bye.
Like, Doug, what do you need to see to help you do a help action?
Oh, wait, what's the question?
Logically, though, Ben, like logically, I can't see
Yeah.
anything right now. So all I'll do, I press the digitation, little ball of light kind of floats in the area. I can see. I've done it before.
Yeah.
So I will then I'll help.
Right. So what in particular are you looking at or looking for, Daniel?
And anything that looks like a pattern, like an obvious pattern between the three. It's only 3 cradles. Fourth one's different. But any obvious pattern between the 3 cradles, like that. That's best I can specify. That's only a 12 though. Got a 9 and a 6. Why couldn't they be backwards? It's such a nice number.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
I mean,
what's up?
Nothing.
I'm trying to bring stuff together based on where you are and what you're looking for. You're not seeing anything that would link to the levers or that kind of situation. Like, it really looks like this room is almost just been abandoned, save for like some pathways in the dust on the ground that have been like more recently disturbed. But I mean, for the most part, it's been a untouched room for God knows how long. Artie's looking around too, and he pulls a painting down off the wall over on the side, and he goes, "Guys, what does this look like?" And it's a painting of the Queen and the King. The King, however, looks like a spitting image of a older Xander with a beard.
That was obvious. Baby's name is Xander.
Right? Who would have thunk?
Interesting.
There's got to be something in this room worth finding. If there's not, I'm afraid we're wasting time, so we need to decide quickly.
I have an idea.
Shoot.
Go ahead.
I'll pull out the orb.
Oh.
And say, I can make this into a tool that will help us. I have an idea that maybe this can become something we need, like a key. So maybe we should try that and then go from there.
I think it's our best shot so far.
Well, let's go try.
Daniel, are you satisfied with that?
This whole entire situation is unsatisfying. But we must hurry. Let's go.
All right. So yeah, we all go back to the metal room. I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, we all get back there, and we're back at the switches. So Jed, what are you thinking with the switches right now?
So with the switches, I understand that like they unlock a mechanism, but to Jed, the key is so intricate. It seems like a bypass, like
Right.
Either know the code or have the master key, because from what I've seen of it. He still can't kind of tell what he can feel off of it, like what the vibe he was getting from it, but he knows that the orb can help. So Jed's gonna look at the orb and very specifically be like, point it towards the lock and like in front of him and say, I need the answer to this door. Become the key and please abhor. Listen well and listen near. Become a key. Help me, my dear.
Poetic. I like it. The orb kind of glows and pulses a little bit. And it kind of starts shrinking down into like a rod shape and flattening out. And you feel it kind of on its own, kind of pulling towards the keyhole.
Okay.
And so it clicks in, and then you still feel it vibrating and glowing as it seems to be kind of branching out on the inside of the lock to accommodate the complex pattern. And then finally it freezes in that shape.
Fantastic.
Stand back.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Tartarus takes a step back.
Daniel doesn't move.
And I'll turn the key.
And suddenly a is heard. And there's a little bit of a crackling noise, like a small vibration can be felt in the metal room around you, and the metal door closes. So you are now inside it, sealed in for the moment.
Okay.
Nothing else happens, though.
Okay. All right. I think this activates this. So from here, it's based on, I'll look at Daniel, it's based on memory.
I pull the first two levers up.
Okay. No kind of noise indicator or anything, just clicks, and you still have one lever down, one neutral.
I think this is the activator, the key, and then the code is something, 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 and the neutral one must be up or down. So a 3-digit code. This is what I'm guessing.
Let's check.
Up, up, down, up.
I'll pull the last lever up.
The last one up. So up, up, down, up is what you're saying?
Up,
down,
down,
up.
Okay. So you flip the fourth one up, and there's another, and you feel the chamber kind of move a little bit, but then it stops again.
I'll put the last one back to neutral.
Drop step back down a little bit.
Try down. Up, up, down, down.
Oh, the lever, Gronk.
Wrong lever!
Yeah, pull it down.
The last
What
one.
kind of trap? Yep.
Okay. Everybody,
Damn it.
make a con save.
Hey.
Damn.
19.
19. Okay.
15.
15. And what'd you get, Matt?
8.
8. You flip the last lever down, and the humming of the chamber around you goes from a high-pitched whining and just... The whole chamber starts to fall, and before you know it, there is a crash and pitch blackness around you. Jed, you black out for a moment.
Okay.
Tarnus, you are heavily dazed, kind of catching yourself. Daniel, you manage to sustain a very heavy fall as the chamber crashes to the ground, and you are still in this confined space, this box. The door opens up, and it's very, very silent at first. But the opening is not like the courtroom. It's not like any of the rooms you've seen before. It seems to open up into a gargantuan black cavern of some kind where, based on your dark vision, the only things you are able to see at the moment is the flooring is sparkling with some kind of a black liquid that just covers it completely, except for odd shapes of things piled up on the ground that just kind of trail off until you can't see anything else. But it is a nearly completely black chamber. That's when, Jed, you wake up. Tarnus, you've recovered, and Artie is also. He shakes his head and kind of stumbles to his feet. Oh shit! Where are we now?
That was either extremely correct or extremely wrong.
If this is correct, this is awful.
Agreed.
I look around with my better dark vision. Do I see anything interesting?
My superior dark vision.
I mean,
You do. Just at the edge of your vision, you see the shape of a man standing, but it's kind of just like a black silhouette of a man in the distance. Leading up to him, you can see more clearly those piles and heaps that I was describing before. They seem to be made up of metal scraps and pipes and wires and any sort of in-game very odd trash material. To us, we would recognize them as machinery parts, really. Just heaps of different machinery parts, nuts, bolts, all those kinds of things, but piled out, and like I said, in the distance, a single figure of a man.
there's someone over there.
What does he look like?
A man. Dark figure. Lots of... looks like workshop debris of some sort. All around the room.
Do I oh.
The lock was intricately made. Maybe, maybe not. The spider in the hallway. Does he have a third arm? Can you
Can I tell?
You can't tell. It looks, at least from the silhouette you see, it looks to be a standard person, 2 arms, 2 legs. However, they are moving, but not really walking. They're just kind of like rocking side to side ever so slightly.
They're rocking. It's kind of awkward.
I'm gonna light a candle. Just toss it in
Towards the person?
towards the person.
Are you trying to hit them with it?
Nope. I'm just trying to land it by their feet. It might just go out if it lands face down. But I don't have a torch. I don't have a candle.
Right. Daniel tosses this lit candle towards the feet of this thing, and as the flame goes out and hits the ground, this liquid covering the ground catches.
Oh, whoops.
And
I saw that coming.
and
Yeah, I should have. I knew it was oil the first time I saw it,
and
and I completely
what
slipped my brain.
starts as a cool blue flame encirculates this person, and then flames start to climb up and gradually getting brighter and brighter. The person does not react, however. They remain with their rocking motion, and now with this ball of fire, on this figure, you can see a lot more of the surrounding areas. It starts to dim down a little bit again, but surrounding the area that you have just entered, it appears you have entered some kind of a scrap area, that you wish you could say this is the only figure you see. However, now the eyes of many android-like creatures are hidden amongst the heaps. You see metallic arms clawing and climbing over heaps of garbage. You see half bodies, even legs walking around with no top half. And the one on fire turns towards you. And it's actually a face of Caesar, as the skin is bubbling and starting to melt off, leaving metal underneath. You found yourself in the trash heap of androids. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight, folks. So, there.
Lovely.
It was so nice to play with you guys again. It was very, very nice.
Yes.
But
Always a blast.
how do you guys feel about it today? Pretty all right.
Yeah.
Are there any questions eating away at you? Are there any curiosities about what's coming up or anything like that?
I mean, both of those answers to those questions is yes, but I don't think you're gonna be able to reveal much about those questions that I have. So
Probably not. But cool.
How long till the in-person session?
Right. Well, I was gonna, like I said before, I would really love for the next session to be in person. Whether that's at my house, whether that's at Game Masters, whatever. So if we can make that happen, that'd be great. And if we need to plan 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, however far ahead, and we need to make it happen, cool. Do you guys have any at the moment? Do you guys have any availability that you can think of, or do you need to wait it out? Because it's okay if you need to wait it out. I kind of know Steven's availability a little bit. That's an estimation, anyways.
So for me, personally,